guys. And now for the Bitcoin price. The Bitcoin price, guys, you do not understand. You do not understand. This, it moving, it up. It go up, it pump. Okay, did I do my crypto all right? Was that good? Was that good? Come on, thank you. Guys, he's always, guys, I have for the Bitcoin price. Oh my gosh, he kills me. He kills me. Good evening, everyone from New York. This is Crypto Apostle. I am Silas. I will be looking at comments, of course, on YouTube and also, of course, on the Dextrats Discord group that we all love to work in. It's okay. It's not bad. They want your Bitcoin. This is all it is. They all just want to steal your Bitcoin. That's what they want to do. And they've figured out how to do it. So we have a lot of good stuff. So first off, let's just look at the chart, okay? We have support on the 618. I mean, we literally right here have found support on the 618. Almost like clockwork, almost like magic. I don't understand why Fibonacci's do this. I don't understand. This is a swing low to a swing high. The fib support, we wicked through it, whatever, doesn't matter. They clearly wanted to do that, and I'm going to show you why they wanted to do that in a minute, because this is ridiculous. So we are right on support. The day candle, yeah, I use the, oh, I'm on regular candles right now. That's even why. Yeah, I usually like the Heiken Ashy. Those, yeah, that looks scarier right now. I'm going to switch back to the regular candles. All right. So also this evening, of course, CME futures gap. We should be filling this gap right here, right around 60,000, maybe in the next day or two, pretty quickly, I think. It really seems to be like that. I think we still have a gap down here around 53, 54,000. So there could be a chance that we wick down into that. Wick down, don't stay down, but wick down. I'm more of a fan, of course, of the day charts and the 4-hour charts. I'm going to go back to the Heiken Ashies because those make more sense to me. Yeah. So we'll be wicking in and we'll be covering that position. This is another possibility. We could go all the way down to 53,000. Who cares? Just buy a little more Bitcoin. Buy it for cheap, you know. Dr. Kleiner, thank you. Sounded Mexican, so I got to work on my my MM crypto impression. I'll work on it. Maybe it's a little more constipated sounding, maybe. Okay, so that's the good news. We are going to fill the CME futures gap quick. Of course, Bitcoin liquidations. The whole market as a whole saw $10 billion in liquidations, and Bitcoin itself saw $5 billion. A lot of people, a lot of stupid people doing leverage trading got wicked out. That happens. That's what you get for doing leverage trading without a stop loss. Don't do it. This is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Don't do it. All right, so we're going to look over here. This is Bitstamp. This is what Bitstamp did. Bitstamp has 20,000, 22,000 Bitcoin that disappeared off Bitstamp. Yeah. They dropped the price and they took Bitcoin off the exchanges because Bitcoin leaving the exchanges means the price goes up. Supply squeeze. Overall, on all of the exchanges, and it's ridiculous, it's 50,000 Bitcoin. 50,000 Bitcoin has left the exchanges. Goodbye. Gone. Now in cold storage. Price should be going up, but it doesn't because that's not how it works for some reason. People just haven't gotten it in their heads yet. The price should be going up because there's no more Bitcoin. It's ridiculous. They clearly bought a bunch because they knew it was leaving, and then something like 50,000 Bitcoin. What was this? This was before it was like 2,395, 2,356. Yeah, like 50, 40 some odd thousand Bitcoin. That's a lot of Bitcoin. It's expensive for Bitcoin. And that's why they dropped the price of it. They dropped the price because they wanted to take it from you. And people allowed them to do it. Mark Rickard woke up to all coins in my Hero Hopper with a sell signal. Woohoo! Everything is on sale, man. Hey, make that money. And good for you. Make sure your DCAs are all set. Make sure you've done it right. And you guys will come out on top hopefully the next couple of days. Because this one is total manipulation. Total manipulation. I don't know what to say. I looked through all the exchanges. It came off of Bitstamp. I mean, a lot of it came straight off Bitstamp.
25,000 of it or so. Maybe Bittrex? No, Bittrex bought a bunch. They have a bunch that got added to them. Gemini had nothing taken off. Coinbase had nothing taken off or added. So I had to look around. I think they've been adding some. It's so wild. They didn't lose much. Only 10,000 came off of Binance. They want your Bitcoin. They're taking it from you. Went to town on DCA. Good for you, Caleb. Yeah, you know, the great thing about trading in multiple coins at the same time is that one of them is going to pump, it's going to clear, and then it's going to start DCAing all your other coins. It's going to be fine. It's all going to be fine. Stop fudding. 20% correction is nothing. That was what this was. This was like 20%. 21%. That's it. You've done this before. If you've been in this since March, since February, you've done a 26% drop. This was nothing. This was only like a 1.5% more, 2% more than the last one. That's it. It's nothing. You'll be fine. You'll get through this. Trust me. Don't leverage trade. You're killing me. Yeah, so, you know, everyone's talking about how this could be the government going after banks for laundering money. The banks always launder money. The banks have no ethics. That's why we do crypto. That's why we do Bitcoin. They have no ethics at all. They're going to do whatever dirty tricks they possibly can to take your Bitcoin from them. And just stop. Don't let them. Like, seriously, stop. Stock to flow. Guys, it could be a really great week. I mean, we really, literally, right now, stock to flow has us at like 86,000. It could go up there in one fell swoop. And by saying it could go up there in one fell swoop, I say that because when you're looking, and these are my favorites. These are my favorites on Glassnode. I love these. My favorites overall, percent of supply in profit. Obviously, no one's in profit. Look at that. I have to move myself because the profit, like, I'm moving myself to the other side so you can see what happened. There we go. Zoop. I'm over on the other side now. Look at that. It's way, 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 way down. And it's so far down, we normally, on these, pump. The last time we were down this far, we went from 51,000 to 55,000. Meh, not a lot. Not a lot. But the beauty about these moves is that so many people are so far out of profit now, we could move up so much more dramatically and still not peak to 100% profit. I mean, we could, yeah. Because of this. Boom, goodbye. Every time we get down into that zone. I mean, we might trade sideways. This day we traded basically sideways, 46,000 between 2 days. We traded sideways. Between Friday and Saturday, we traded sideways. It's Monday already for some people. People are starting to trade. This is going to move. It better. I'm going to come over there to Asia and kick some patootie because it should move. Yeah. Look at that. We should see some serious moves. Within the next 24 to 48 hours, we better be seeing serious moves. And look at this. This is Sunday to Monday on this one. Sunday, Monday. 45,000, 49,000. So let's say that these moves usually end up being about a $4,000 move. You could go with percentages if you want to, but that's a $4,000 move. That's a $4,000 move. So what are we right now? We're at 56,000. We could literally be 60,000 in the next 24 hours easily, 61,000. You'll be fine. And the alts are going to go crazy. How do we know the alts are going to go crazy? We go to Bitcoin Dominance. Bitcoin Dominance says, oh, look at me. I'm way, way down here. I'm 52%. 52%. We are not far enough into the bull cycle to be at 52% already. Bitcoin's dominance is so low. We're going to have a crazy, crazy alt cycle this time around. Yo, Caleb, agreed. Mark been there and done that. No bueno. Dreadnox 1. I just let Premium Scalp do its thing. You love it. Yeah, I love it too, man. I really do. Mark Rickard at Cable. I learned my lesson in the first 10% dip I experienced. Yep, man, and glad it was a 10% dip because these 25, 30% dips, man, those really do get your heartstrings. Pumped in a bunch of cash to get me out, but luckily I was planning on investing more anyways, dude. And that cash that you pumped in on that 10% dip has already paid itself off. You've already made your money back on that. I'm sure of it. And we do. And that's the great thing. So Bitcoin dominance this far down. If you guys weren't around this morning, we talked about this real quick. You can always go back on that video. Maybe I'll leave a link. Maybe I won't. Who knows? 52%. So when we're talking about the previous time, we were already into July and almost at the end of the bull cycle. Bull cycles usually end of September into October. Somewhere around there usually is when they have traditionally ended. Traditionally being in the last 10 years the market's been around. I've been around for one bull cycle. There's been a couple of people that have been around for two before this. This is my second bull cycle. So I get it. It's scary. I get it. But yeah, we 51% at that point. And when we were way down here, we almost flipped Ethereum. Ethereum had some serious dominance going on at that point. Have I added Ethereum dominance in? I have. Ethereum dominance is at 13%. It's not doing stellar. Historically, it got really high at that point. It was up in the 30% zone. 30% zone. So Ethereum dominance still has a ways to go, and we'll pump it up when it gets there. That's for certain. What else is going on? Cardano. What is Cardano doing? Heartstrings. I really want to zoom in here. What do I want to do? I want to go month. I want to go day, and maybe it'll zoom in automatically. I'm still getting used to this. It's so weird. Yeah, we were trading in this wedge. We now kind of bounce on this wedge. It really has not lost a lot of value. I mean, considering how much Bitcoin lost in value, Cardano's already, it did it. This is a throwback into the bull flag, and it does that like 40% of the time, usually, something like that. You can go on to Crypto Capital Venture. He talks about this a lot. He does fibs a lot, and he talks about throwbacks and pullbacks and things like that. This is a throwback. We've thrown back in. We're basically still being held up by the 618. We'll probably trade within the 618 for the next few days and then take off again, which is even better than it was back here. For the last, 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks, we've traded between the 382 and the 618, and now we're going to be trading between the 618 and the 786. So somewhere between $1.38 and $1.30. It's fine. And then it'll take off. And maybe it'll finally go over $1.50. We make it work. Hard lessons were learnt today. DCA is so important. Yes, it is. Crypto blah. Good to see you in here, man. Dr. Kleiner, look at Bitcoin go. That is the idea. I'm at 57,000 already. It's good. I'll switch back to the real-to-life candles. There we go. A nice green candle. Who can complain about that? BNB is approaching 500. Is it? Is BNB really approaching 500? I really should put that in my watch list. Let me, don't mind me as I put that into my watch list. I can't touch it because I'm in New York. We're not allowed to touch it. I'm not even allowed to touch Tether, but goodness sakes. Okay, I've added it into my list. I really should look at it and take it seriously. It is almost at 500. This is clearly trading in some form. This will go sideways a bit. Maybe it'll repeat what happened down here, and then it'll take off again. It's got to do consolidation. That it's doing. These moves are just absolutely ridiculous. I mean, otherwise it's crazy. I mean, just this day alone, 23%. I mean, it's doing like 10, 15, 20% a day. It's ridiculous. This is ridiculous. This market is crazy. Yeah, it didn't really pull back that bad. I wouldn't even be concerned about it. That correction right there, 32%, it's a first bull cycle for BNB. I think it's a first bull cycle for BNB. A 32% pullback on a first bull cycle is nothing. This should be doing like 80% pullbacks and just really scaring people. But it's not. So you can't really complain. Teresa George, you talked about the bull cycle. How do you prepare for a bear cycle? Well, let's first talk about stock to flow. Stock to flow is our model for predicting the price based on the values, including M1 money supply, gold, silver, those things. I think right now we're going towards the M1 money supply, and then we're going towards gold is next, I think. I got to look at the documents again. You've caught me surprised. But we were expected to go to about 255,000. So what usually happens during a bull cycle, and we can look back at original 2 bull cycles ago, last bull cycle, and current. You see how far we're really not that far in. Usually we go parabolic. We'll go all the way up. This is where you're getting all the predictions about 350,000, 750,000, and then it's going to pop back down. We refer to this, of course, as our stock to flow deflection. So our stock to flow deflection, we are currently, and this is based on the old model, so it has us going 100,000. We're at a 0.69, stock to flow being 1, of course. And you see periodically we bounce above the stock to flow, but then we get sucked underneath it. Now, what will happen, and we're going to pop right out to 5 years because that'll bring in the last bull cycle. This is the last bull cycle. You pop all the way up, stock to flow, and it starts pulling you back in. It ropes Bitcoin back into the stock to flow, and then it usually ropes back in and under. So stock to flow, really good idea. It's kind of like a magnet. It's always dragging the Bitcoin price back to it. Right now, it's dragging it up, and soon it will be dragging it down. We've already twice within this halvening and bull cycle, because this was January. It is... Yeah. It's already done it twice. And we're going to start really going wild. Like this is, we were at 19,000 stock to flow had us, we were 3 times the stock to flow, almost 3.5 times the stock to flow at that point. So, yeah. There you go. So what I would do with the hopper is I would keep in mind we are currently expecting to snap back on to 255,000 if the stock to flow X model works correctly. So anything that you buy Bitcoin wise for your long-term hodl over 150, 200, $250,000 is going to be, you shouldn't necessarily buy over those prices because you're going to have to sell over those prices. Otherwise, you're going to have to wait a while, wait 4 more years to get some of that value back. And it's going to go up. It's going to go up. Next bull cycle is looking at about 5 million that's going to stop at. And that's why we all get excited about everything, because long-term hodl is really the best way to go with Bitcoin. So I would be well aware of where we're expected to snap back down and around, and I'd be prepared for that. I'd have a lot of DCA, understand that the scalping strategy is probably the better one for moving sideways during the bear cycle, but most of us don't really quite know yet, and we will soon. We will really soon. That was a great question. Yo, Christopher Willis, can you talk a little bit about Raven, and where you think it's going? Raven, yet something else I'm not allowed. Ravencoin. Yeah, let's do that tether. I don't think Turkish Lira, which was the next option. It's going sideways. That looks a lot like Cardano. It's going sideways. I think it's going sideways. 4 hour, that's some interesting ups and downs. Yeah. I mean, it's doing some great moves. If you're scalping, if you're doing Profit Hero, that's a 37% move, but it's about a 37% pullback. Some of this looks like a little bit of manipulation. Let's go to the Heiken Ashies. Those are much better for spotting. This pattern is very similar to a Bart Simpson pattern, and I know it's on the 4 hour. That like flat out manipulation. It started at one level and went to one level. And let's go back. Let's go out. Let's look at the weekly. I'd be careful. I'd be really careful. This is the first bull cycle. It is wicking up and hitting 26 cents pretty regularly. But unless it has some actual use case, I'd be a little concerned that it's going somewhere. It doesn't look like a complete poop coin to me yet. That would be like if this went all the way up and everything was going down. This is going sideways, and this is going very consistently sideways. So I'm not going to call it a poop coin, but be aware that if that turns into like a descending channel, that it's very much a poop coin. Very much a poop coin in that sense. But it's hard to tell because, I mean, the weekly, yeah, it's a nice pump. It's going sideways. But those are some wicks. Those are some really nasty looking wicks. I don't like them. They look like a lot of middle fingers, and they look like they're pointing them at people. Yes, Teresa. Nice. Yes. Crypto, blah. Do you think ADA will be the promised Ethereum killer? I don't think anything's going to be Ethereum killer yet. I think Ethereum's going to just keep trucking along. Hey, no problem, Christopher. I think it's going to keep trucking along, and I think that it has a lot of upward potential. Now the question gets down to, will Ethereum be the same Ethereum today as it is tomorrow? I don't think so. I don't know that the miners are going to capitulate and actually accept the changes. If you were a miner, you had a lot of money into GPUs, would you accept the change of going to staking? I don't know that I would, and at that point, we'll deal with a hard fork. Maybe we'll have Ethereum Classic Classic, or Ethereum Classically Classic, or Ethereum the original versus Ethereum the new. I don't know. At that point, that will be figured out, and Vitalik will go with one project, and the miners will go with another one. And then who knows where the value goes, because maybe the value's in the miners, maybe the value's in the staking. I like staking. That's why I like Cardano. It's got a lot of stuff figured out. There's a lot of people who hate Charles Hoskinson for some reason. Maybe it's because he's smart. Some people just hate smart people, you know? I get it. Some people just kind of hate smart people. And he's got kind of an attitude like, well, we solved all the problems, so here we are. I think that a lot of this will become very clear near the end of the bull cycle. I know they're futzing around with contracts right now on Cardano. And once Cardano has smart contracts, we're pretty well close to finally being competition for Ethereum in the way it is. And healthy competition is a great thing. Maybe the healthy competition from Cardano is going to be exactly what Ethereum needs to capitulate, the miners capitulate, and actually accept the staking changes. Because otherwise, Cardano is going to eat their market cap. It's going to be like Backstreet Boys and NSYNC, Netscape Navigator, and Internet Explorer, as much as we hate Internet Explorer, which eventually Firefox took a chunk out of. There are a lot of first run everythings, and then there's the second run that solves a lot of the problems. I don't know what problems that NSYNC solved. Maybe it was Justin Timberlake's hair. I liked the curls. The curls were always fun. Anytime, Crypto Blah. Good to see you. Let me jump over to Discord and see if anyone's had any questions over there. If you guys see questions, you can always repeat them. It's 9 in the morning, Vic says. Yeah, of course. What happens in the future, man? Are we up or, yeah, we're heading up. We are heading up. Let's see if we got any questions over here. Whale's trying to buy up the supply before it hits 100K. Whales are trying to just buy up the supply before there's no supply left. Get it through your heads. The supply is going to zero. And once the supply goes to zero, and I mean, you can look at all of these videos and all these articles about how many millionaires they are, how much Bitcoin they could have. Like right now, if every millionaire wanted a Bitcoin, there's only like 0.05 for all of them. Each of them would only get 0.05. They wouldn't even get 0.5. They wouldn't even be able to get half of a Bitcoin. They'd all have to sell for 0.05. And soon it'll be 0.01. And then it'll be Satoshis, hopefully. 0.01, 0.05, that's basically 5 million Satoshis or 1 million Satoshis. So there's 100 million Satoshis, 100 million pennies, Satoshis, inside of one Bitcoin. Which channel in Discord are you chatting regarding the stream? Usually I just go and look into the general. I'll dip in periodically. I'm running broadcast software at the same time as other things, so I do try to dip in there. I think maybe we're going to have to open up some sort of a channel where I can just kind of look directly at that. And I will periodically go video chat on actually Discord because you guys are great. You're fantastic. A lot of you have amazing questions, and myself, the other mods, are doing everything we possibly can to support you because, hey, if we help you guys rise up, then we rise up too. You know, you just kind of raise that level of the water so everyone floats to the top. It's really great. Excuse me, my voice is getting dry. I make kombucha. I love kombucha. This is apricot. Yeah, go Raven, go. I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know, Chris. This is, I think it's going to go sideways for a bit. It looks like it wicks up every couple of days. I don't know why. You'd have to look at the fundamentals on it. I don't have the fundamentals in front of me. I really don't like this. This looks like a double top. That's what that looks like. Or in a worst case, that looks like, if I say a pattern, that looks like a double top that goes down further. This concerns me. That is a bearish pattern. That is a bearish pattern, so be very careful about how much you put in. This bottom right here being below the bottom over here is no bueno. That is actually starting a bearish channel. Do I have my channels? I'm still getting used to where all the things are over here. Channel lines. And I'm no good at like painting these channels yet. I'm still kind of learning. That is going flat down, man. It's not going down fast and hard. You could still make money on it, but be very careful. That is not pretty. And that is a blood diamond right there, by the way. That's trying to paint a buy, but I don't see it. I don't like it, honestly. I don't like Raven. Just on the pattern. I'm going to save that in case. Is anyone using AI? There's a number of people using AI. Just pop over into the AI chat. They're really careful about that. Any opinions on the effects of future contracts that close at the end of the month? Well, we've wicked so many out at this point. I don't have the futures charts in front of me. The only thing I've got is like liquidations. Do I have future charts on this? Yeah, I only have the liquidations open on Bybit right now. You can just go to bybt.com and that lists a bunch of stuff. Yeah, historic liquidations. I don't think this tells me how many are open right now, but I'm telling you, after this many liquidations, there can't be that many open. That's insane. I mean, all things liquidated, it was $10 billion. That's a lot. Any thought about Doge? I don't like Doge, but as I say, and I think I said this morning, it's just another form of fiat. So I think fiat money going into slightly, I don't know. People are giving it trust. They just don't trust the Fed. They don't trust the government. And so they just want a fiat that's not government connected. And I think that money will eventually go into Bitcoin, Ethereum, Cardano, Litecoin, up the spectrum, because money is always attracted to stronger money. So the money will leave Doge at some point. It's not a stable coin. It's a fiat. And yes, Chuck Norris, US dollars are dead. It's dead at this point. Thank you guys for the questions. Indy's Red Rabbit over on the Discord channel. Mile just started using it on Paper Hopper. Oh, cool. Yeah, definitely experiment with it. I'm not too keen on using the AI yet. I'm pretty happy with what I've got, what I'm doing, and it just seems like a lot of stuff to deal with. If you get my drift, maybe it'll be really helpful during the bear cycle coming up. Lemon, Doge made me a lot of money with the bot, but it looks like it could be peaking for now, so I removed it from the bot. It's probably a good idea. I mean, honestly, I can't give you advice about what to put your money into. I don't want to. I want you to be happy, and I think that if you like Doge, go do some Doge. Enjoy some Doge. Understand that there's risks that come with it, and just do proper risk management. Protect yourself. Have money for DCA. What do you think about VET? VET, yet another thing I to. It's amazing. That's VeChain, right? VET dollar Bitfenix. I don't have Bitfenix. What do I got to do? Yeah, VeChain. VeChain is supposed to have pretty good fundamentals. That's a beautiful pattern. That is a beautiful chart. I love that chart. Look at that. Yeah, there was like a 40% pullback there, but it's already up. On the 4-hour chart, this is why you look at the bigger charts. You go out to the 4-hour, the day, the week. It's beautiful. Now, be careful about this because this is going to correct, and it's not going to correct pretty. One of these is definitely going to have to correct. I mean, I'd say 35% correction at some point. Soon enough. It seems like it's petering out a little bit. I don't know. Look at what the volume does. The volume's going up pretty good. Good volume. The volume may go down. And if the volume starts going down, be careful. You might have your pullback coming in. Tonic, because you don't for a long time, just for day trading, I would say. You got to do you. I hodl a lot of stuff for a long time because I have a lot of projects that I believe are going to do stuff. I'm Bitcoin maximalist in the sense that I think there's a lot of money to be made in the long term with Bitcoin, but I also understand that that, there's a lot of other projects that are going to do things. Bitcoin doesn't do everything right now. It could do everything. It could definitely do everything, but it doesn't do it yet. They will be trying to add smart contracts and stuff on top. So crypto projects that some of them will merge into each other. Some of them become each other. Some of them become next generation. Cardano is very much kind of generation 2, solving generation 1 problems. Doge is my number 1 traded coin in both scalper and hero hoppers. Totally didn't see that one coming. Yeah, that'd be funny to talk to people and find out what were the coins that the hopper traded the most that they didn't expect. I don't have that in front of me, but I can look that up maybe for my next stream. And I'm glad you guys joined me. Thank you guys for joining me. While I got a chance, please smash that like button. If you're still on, smash the like button. Also, make sure you subscribe to Crypto Apostle. Subscribe to the channel, and I will be doing these videos as often as possible. I'll do special services periodically throughout the week. I'm going to keep to Sunday services, definitely. Maybe an evening service. Maybe we'll do Sunday morning and evening because we got a lot of people. And a lot of stuff is going on Sunday evenings. You've got your CME futures gap that gets filled. And it's nice to just get that positive energy going for the rest of the week. And you got to think positively, guys. You really got to think positively about where these things are going. Understand that we're so early. We're within the first 1 to 5% of people who are involved. So you'll get looked at funny. Wow, we're over 57,000 already. Go, 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 Bitcoin. Go, go, go. I tell you what, I haven't expected was Doge holding the price while Bitcoin went down. Caleb, hey, and thank you, Crypto. Blah, 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 ha, 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 ha. Gets down to Bitcoin dominance and how low our Bitcoin dominance is already. There's going to be a lot of things. At least most of the prime currencies, the prime coins should be behaving well against Bitcoin. And we are admittedly at that point where I'm starting to think personally about playing around with a second hopper and trying to use Bitcoin as a base currency, because I'm starting to think that anything under 55%, and this is not advice, I haven't tested it, but I'm starting to think anything under 55% dominance is a good place to be for using Bitcoin as a base currency. And I personally just want more Bitcoin. I want to take all your Bitcoin. I do. I want all of it. Sorry, you can't have it. Yeah. Anyone else got any questions or anything? And then I will probably, Jnugs checking in. Thank you for checking in, man. Yeah, mind blown. SOL has been going well too. Yeah, that's Solaris, I think. Solaris, something like that. Sol has been great for my scalper. Yes, Crypto Bois. Multiple hoppers are fun to compare signals with to see how the different strategies work. Yeah, I just like my strategy. I like to move really fast. I like to move really hard, and I like a lot of transactions in a short period of time, and so I'm a scalper. But there are people who love waiting around for Profit Hero, which gives really great profits. It really aims for those 6% positions. How do you look at what coin is a poop coin in general? Well, and see if I can find a poop coin. There are some... Who had me looking at a poop coin the other day? Dent. Dent is a poop coin. Dent is a big old poop coin. There we go. Let's look at a poo coin. That's a poo coin. That is a poo coin. That looks like one big giant middle finger stuck straight up. And the worst part about this is there's going to be a fake out. I see where this is going. This is going into a head and shoulders pattern. And this one is going to come up, and then it's going to go down here, and it's going to look like a big old steaming pile of poop. Maybe that needs more vapors on it. There we go. I'm going to give that. That's what that looks like. That is what that is going to look like. That looks like that is trying to pull off a head and shoulders. And it almost maybe already has. That arguably might be another shoulder. And it looks like I really like with this wick down, although we all know that that's manipulation, so be very careful. But this just looks like a giant poop coin to me. It looks like a big, giant, steaming pile of poop. This one got me, though. It took me a minute to look through it when the member of our forum, I'll just remove my drawings. Right click, remove drawings. Goodbye. Goodbye now. You are the weakest link. What other ones? Yeah, I mean, we just looked at Raven, RVN, and RVN is not looking very good at the moment. Any coin that is pumping and then ends up in a downward channel, that's the big concern. So let's look at this. Yes. So what we charted out, and I'm going to make this a little bit simpler to look at, is that Raven is in a downward channel. It's not good. It doesn't look good at all. That very well could end up down. And even downward channel may have started over here. That's not looking pretty. That is lower lows. And it pumped, and it's going back down to lower lows again. So that's what I look at. That looks like a poop coin. Someone put money into it. If I had an example, let me see if I can go to a 5-minute and see if it looks like manipulation. That doesn't look like a Bart Simpson pattern. So if something looks like Bart Simpson's head, where it goes up, and let me draw this out. If something goes up, and then it kind of futzes around a little bit, maybe does that, and then it goes down by the same amount, so that like on either side of it, it's like flat. That right there is a Bart Simpson pattern, and it is total and utter manipulation, and it's gross. And it fakes a lot of people out because they think it's going somewhere. Yeah. Oh my God, poop. Yes, poop. What about SXP? I don't know, Zoran. What does SXP do? Do you think old coins that are just value stores, Mr. Crypto, blah, Litecoin, even Bitcoin at some point in the future will lose dominance to more modern coins and smart contracts, etc.? I think everything's going to have a different purpose. I think Bitcoin right now, it appeals mostly to institutions. People want to own a full coin. It's $60,000 almost again. And yet you can put in money and you can own a bunch of Cardano. And maybe someone who has $5,000 wants to own like 4,000 Cardano. It's okay. That's fine. That's what you want to do. And you should. Cardano's been doing amazingly. Cardano is great. I had a... Is that the one? Yeah, it is. Cardano, amazing. ZRX, amazing. Algo, amazing. KNC, amazing. All of these are performing Bitcoin. The ones you got to be careful of, EOS, Litecoin, Bitcoin Cash, are performing worse than Bitcoin. Careful. Everything else doing much better. XRP, I mean, you know, XRP is way up, so that XRP's numbers are much better than this. This is old. These are old numbers. So I don't think a Litecoin is going to depend on where the developers go, if the developers do much with it at all. Bitcoin is just going to be Bitcoin. And there's going to be a lot of Bitcoin maximalists. And there are going to be a lot of people who decide they want to just use Bitcoin, or they don't. I think that's going to be your choice. When that dip happened, why did the altcoins drop so fast and dramatically? Is that something that happens during bear cycles as well? So during bull cycles, generally our advice has been not to use Bitcoin as a base currency when day trading, when trading with a bot, because of those volatility things with altcoins. Altcoins generally dip a lot harder than Bitcoin does. Bitcoin will do 15%, and altcoin will do 25%. And then an altcoin will take forever to go up, and Bitcoin's altcoins have a lot of money going into them that's not going into Bitcoin. So we'll see. I think that a lot of these alts are going to be recovering really fast, and I think that's the amazing thing. Crypto, wow, thank you. Thank you, sir. XRP dropped hard. What did XRP do? I used to have XRP before I wasn't allowed to have XRP anymore. I love being in New York State. It's really like... It's like living with dinosaurs. Auto, click. Yeah, well, it's been pumping more than it really should have been pumping. 40%. I mean, but it's already up a ways. It's over $1.40. I mean, it's been at like 25 cents for years. Literally 25 cents. So, it's fine. That'll trade sideways for and it'll just keep going wherever it's going. Just like it did over here. Like up, sideways, up, sideways. It's just going to consolidate. It's fine. Hey, cheers. Anytime, Teresa. Thank you for coming in. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Drop it a like. Leave a comment about what, I don't know. This is Crypto Apostle, the smallest crypto channel in the interwebs. We're small but mighty. The small but mighty channel in the interwebs. I don't know. You know, I'm getting to that point. I've been up for a couple hours, so I'm about ready to head to bed. This is my my pajama broadcast. I'm not wearing pajamas, but I could be. So yeah, any other questions? And then I'm probably gonna pop off. Hey, cheers. Anytime, Crypto Blah. Zoran writes, SXP have great fundamentals. Crypto card company partnered with Visa, acquired by Binance to launch their Binance card through them, and FTX exchange. Forex, using them for their card. Interesting. I don't know anything about SafeMoon. Definitely sub. That's awesome. Thank you so much, Teresa. Yeah, you know, it's hard to know. What happens during these bull cycles is that a lot of people get excited and they talk about projects and talk about doing projects, and then the projects just don't really happen. SX, I would be very careful about this price with a daily blood diamond. Price date. All right. This was a 82% drop from the top of the blood diamond down to the bottom. If this did that, from the blood diamond down 82%, be very careful, because you could have, there may be a very serious action coming in on this with a daily blood diamond. Those things never end well. That's gross. But then again, you know, this is a lot of manipulation happened yesterday. If you guys didn't tune in early, tuning in late, what we went over real quick, exchanges had a lot of Bitcoin come off of them. They had a lot of Bitcoin come off. They had 50,000 Bitcoin come off. Most of it came off from Bitstamp. Bitstamp lost about 20, 30,000 Bitcoin. And by lost, I mean got taken off and went into cold storage, into a private wallet. It's not on the exchange anymore. And it doesn't appear that it got picked up by another exchange. I'm sure people will be talking about this because I'm not. The supply, percentage supply and profit, way down. Last time we saw it down this far, within 24 hours, we were up about $4,000. Both here, 45, 49, and here from 51 to 55. So I think that there's definitely some good price movement coming in, which is great. We should all be really positive about this. Kirby writes, by the way, what do you say about second coin from VET called VTHO? I don't know, man. VTHO. VTHO. All these things I'm not allowed because they're only on Binance. That looks nice. It's a step ladder. Consolidating. This is going to consolidate for a little bit. That's going up. It's a nice upward channel. I like that. On a daily. This is why I stick to the daily. The daily gives you the true news. If you're the apostle, can we be called Dexians? I love it. You guys are the Dexians. The Dexians. That's awesome. Converted 4 people to the ways of Dex. May the Dex be with you. For scalping or long trade with Hero? I scalp for my trading, and I have most of my portfolio long. I don't even trade it. I just leave it alone. Someone said Bitcoin was 1,000 less on it stamp during the dip. 1,000 less on Bitstamp during the dip. Yeah, there's a good chance someone just bought it from there, and they dipped it first, bought it off there, and took it. Thank you for tuning in, Caleb. And CryptoBois, ha ha ha. So, without further ado, I'm going to get going, guys. Thank you for tuning in tonight. I will be doing more and more and more of these. I promise I won't start them all out with my Crypto impersonation. Guys! And now for the Bitcoin price! Which sounds, yeah, that I need to work on it. He's so weird. And he does these pictures. I tried to do a picture like he does for his videos. I was like, and like contorting my face and stuff. And I was like, this just looks stupid. It looks like a little bird could like fly in and like hang out on my like lip or something. I was like, stop. No, I can't do that. So I'm just going to do these pictures. I actually take these pictures. I'm a photographer. So I'll have more of those shortly. Definitely. I've got a load of them in my back storage. So thank you, Christopher, for tuning in. Thank you, Teresa, for tuning in. Kirby, Crypto Bois, Mark, thank you for tuning in. Looking just through. Dr. Kleiner, thank you for tuning in. Mark D. Solitz. Cheers, sir. Thank you for tuning in. Bigga. Hey, thank you for tuning in. Avery Tritch. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you guys, all of you, for tuning in. And so I will leave you and have a great evening. Bye.